Here is a quick quiz. What is the most expensive liquid on planet Earth? You might guess vintage champagne or maybe Chanel No. 5 perfume. You might even guess human blood, but you would be wrong. Ounce for ounce, one of the most expensive liquids in the world is sitting on your desk right now. It's printer ink. We have all been there. You buy a brand new printer for $30. It's a steal. But a month later, it runs out of ink. You go to the store and the replacement cartridges cost $40. It is literally cheaper to throw the printer in the trash and buy a new one than it is to refill it. This isn't an accident. It is a carefully engineered economic trap designed to empty your wallet drop by drop. To understand this scam, we have to go back to 1904 and a man named King Camp Gillette. Yes, the razor guy. Gillette realized that if he sold a razor handle for a high price, people would only buy it once. But if he sold the handle for practically nothing, or even gave it away for free, he could charge a premium for the disposable blades for the rest of the customer's life. This is called the razor and blade business model, and printer companies like HP, Canon, and Epson have perfected it. They sell you the printer at a loss. That plastic box on your desk actually costs them more to make than you paid for it. They're losing money every time they sell a machine. They're banking on the fact that once you have the box, you're trapped in their ecosystem. Now, the printer companies have a defense. They will tell you that ink is expensive because it's a technological marvel. And to be fair, they aren't entirely lying. Modern ink is impressive. It has to handle heat up to 300 degrees, shoot through a nozzle thinner than a human hair, and dry instantly without smearing. Companies spend billions on R&D to make this happen. But that doesn't explain why the price has risen 300% in the last decade, while the cost of technology has gone down. And it definitely doesn't explain the cyan problem. You know the struggle. You want to print a black and white document, you have a full cartridge of black ink, but the printer refuses to print because you're low on cyan. Why? The companies claim the printer uses a tiny bit of color to keep the printheads clean, but skeptics call it artificial scarcity. They're forcing you to use up color ink even when you don't need it, just to trigger a new sale. If the chemistry isn't the scam, the hardware definitely is. The real reason you can't just buy cheap third-party ink is digital rights management, or DRM. Most modern ink cartridges contain a smart chip. This chip doesn't just talk to the printer, it acts as a security guard. If you try to insert a cheaper cartridge from a third-party company, the printer's software detects the missing chip and refuses to print. It's the same technology video game consoles use to stop piracy, but applied to office supplies. Even worse, some of these chips are programmed to lie to you. Investigators have found that many cartridges declare themselves empty when they still have 20% of their ink left. The chip simply counts the number of pages you printed and decides time's up, forcing you to throw away perfectly good product. Recently, companies have pivoted to an even bolder model: subscriptions. Now, HP wants you to pay a monthly fee for the privilege of printing, regardless of how much ink you use. If you stop paying the subscription, the ink cartridges in your machine, which you already have, remotely deactivate. So, the next time your printer tells you it's out of magenta, remember, it's not a technical error, it's a ransom note. Thanks for watching Vector Ventures. Subscribe to see how airlines actually make more money selling credit card miles than they do selling plane tickets.